Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. This right here, friends, this is the result of voting for people based on their adherence or their loyalty to the leftist cult. Simply be woke, simply parrot the talking points, join the organization, wear the banner, and boom, not only are you qualified, screw the qualifications, you're in. You're elected, you're now the leader. That's basically what it's come down to. I mean, Republican voters want results. They want fighters. They want people who are going to go in, deliver results, tackle corruption, implement common sense, fiscal and foreign policy. The focus is competence, authenticity, and policy. On the left, it's a completely different game. First and foremost, the most important thing is identity checkboxes. Welcome to Clown World. Secondly, your loyalty to certain activist mantras, groups, and rhetoric. And of course, thirdly, hyper-partisan rage. You know, the Adam Schiff model. Just simply tell us that the orange man belongs in prison and you're gonna fight to get him there. Just simply tell us orange man bad, and boom, you got our vote. It's a very weird situation that we're in, and it's a situation that's leading to some, again, let's use the term weird, some very weird outcomes. Let's just leave it at that, with some of these leaders that Democrat voters are putting into positions of power. I got two brand new examples that we have to discuss, then it'll probably all come full circle and we'll make some connections to some instances from the past. The general quality of Democrat candidates and leaders has become truly abysmal. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so it happens again. Democrats have elected another criminal, literally, from the White House to local mayors. Former Black Lives Matter organizer turned mayor busted for breaking into home. A mayor of a city in Georgia was arrested over the weekend after he allegedly broke into a home and was confronted by an armed homeowner. Khalid Kamau, the mayor of South Fulton, now faces multiple charges including criminal trespass and first-degree burglary after he entered property that did not belong to him early Saturday morning, according to WSB-TV. The owner of the property told police that he saw a man walking up the driveway to a residence that he owns on a lake and go into that home. The owner said that he called the police, WSB-FM reported. The property owner then told Kamau to, quote, stay put, and then repeated the command while on the phone with a police dispatcher. According to a police report, the homeowner said that the man that he was holding at gunpoint then said, "Do you know who the F I am? I'm the mayor, and I'll wait for my police to get here and see what happens then." Well, we saw exactly what happened then. This absolute clown of a BLM mayor got arrested and charged. Here he is being interviewed after the fact.
Embattled South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamau seen leaving the Fulton County Jail Saturday evening after posting an $11,000 bond. He told reporters he was thankful for how South Fulton police and jail guards treated him. Earlier in the day, he was arrested on charges that he trespassed on this property on Cascade Palmetto Highway and committed first-degree burglary, which is a felony. Fox 5 was the only one with cameras rolling while he was still in handcuffs.
Mayor, why were you on that property?
I just wanted to see the house. I do apologize to the owners. I thought it was abandoned.
Sources say that the property owner held Kamau at gunpoint until cops arrived, but police have yet to confirm that. In his mugshot at the jail, he smiled big, but minutes earlier outside the South Fulton PD precinct, he told Fox 5's Deidre Dukes he's sorry.
I apologize for the negative attention this has brought to our city.
His arrest is just the latest in a string of bizarre incidents in South Fulton since he took office last year. This past April, police shut down an Easter egg hunt he organized because he didn't have a permit. In March, city council members filed a lawsuit demanding his removal from office, saying he violated the city charter. In July of last year, he sued members of council, alleging they violated the Open Records Act.
I hope that the spotlight that is on our city right now will highlight some of the inequities that have been happening.
So you're guilty of the charges?
I think that's for the voters to decide.
He thought it was a vacant home, and so he thought upon himself to walk on property that he didn't own and break into this supposedly vacant lakefront home. For what purpose? Well, no one's exactly sure, huh? Probably to steal some copper pipes or some nonsense. Maybe he wanted to throw an Andrew Gillum-style party in the home. Sounds like a bunch of nonsense to me. A typical response that you'd expect from these types of clowns. Actually similar to the state representative that we covered, I think, from New Jersey Jersey, if I'm not mistaken, who keyed the individual's car, flexing his connections with the police chief. This guy did the exact same thing. Do you know who I am? I'm a totally unqualified BLM activist turned mayor. I'm above the law. Call my police and see what happens. What a freaking clown. And now his excuse, I guess, is, I'm a real estate investor and I will simply take a look at this what appeared to be vacant real estate. If that's the case, then get a damn realtor and open a line of communication with the landowner. Obviously, it's a bunch of bogus. It's yet again another criminal elected into a position of power, elected into office for simply running the grift. You can tell that that's the default of his political career, even after the fact, after he gets arrested. I hope that all the attention that we're getting here in South Fulton will shine a light on all of the inequities. Give me a frickin' break. This right here is the problem when it comes to Democrat standards, or rather lack of standards. It's the AOC effect in a way. Simply show us activism and you got our vote. That's why they keep getting in trouble. We keep seeing these Andrew Gillum type situations. Well, in the situation of Andrew Gillum, a bullet was dodged thanks to based Florida residents, but in these situations, well, you're seeing the outcome, a quite negative outcome. Here's another one from Boston City. First black woman socialist elected to Boston City Council is accused of totaling her car with her 7-year-old son inside while driving on a suspended license without insurance. The first black socialist woman elected to Boston City Council crashed her car while driving through the city in an unregistered, uninsured car while her license was revoked. Kendra Lara, 33, totaled the gray 2019 Honda Civic when it crashed through a metal fence, ran over bushes, and slammed into the left side of a home in the Jamaica Plains district. Her 7-year-old son Zaire was in the car, but was not in a booster seat. You know, in general, at least my view or my feel is, people who tend to indulge or dive deep into these kinds of socialist political viewpoints, this grievance politics victimhood nonsense, tend to be people who don't necessarily have their lives together. I think that's saying it quite nicely. People who blame the world for their problems, who keep making poor decisions, having to suffer the consequences of those decisions, and then their political philosophy or ideology becomes, well, I shouldn't have to actually face consequences for my actions. My poor life choices should be subsidized, and all the consequence that I feel is actually oppression from capitalism and white patriarchy. It's all just so unreal. And it's how we get to where we are today, where ideology on the left side rules. Activism ideology is the #1 thing. Simply signal virtue, simply align yourself with the activist movement, simply align yourself with Bernie Sanders or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Please excuse me for the pronunciation, it just kind of comes out of me every time I say the name and gets more and more degenerate each time. But anyways, simply label yourself a socialist and you get elected. That's how you get John Fetterman. That's how you get the whole BLM debacle that we're seeing. That's how you get this South Fulton mayor, or this Kendra Lara individual, not only electing unqualified individuals into positions of power, but even beyond that, totally incompetent people, irresponsible people, and in some cases, literal criminals. The mayor of South Fulton was just caught at gunpoint breaking into somebody's home. You can't make this stuff up. Activist grift is real, the brainwash is real, and we're seeing the results in real time. I promise you we're going to be seeing more and more of this, and definitely not less, because the left is in a total downward spiral of absolute sheer insanity. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know, of course, we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.